your men can have love for the truckie. Beautiful minds, but we love getting ugly. Risk takers with a clover, man, we love getting lucky. You run, we chase fire, I love when it ducks me. Tones go off, house watch, read the address out. 1075, get up off the magic couch. 500 gallons prepared for the baddest drought. Who else you want on the way when disaster's out? Can't even get a little bit rattled when you enter with exit apparel. Mayday, member down, they'll drag you. You won't get this from every Tom, Dick, and Harold, but here's a view from the top floor with Mickey Farrell.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of A View from the Top Floor. Today, I want to talk a little bit about safety. Now, this anti-safety culture, which is somewhat viral in today's fire service, I get it. I do. What I don't get is how we can train so hard to do the right thing. From maydays to firefighter removal, to how to stretch a proper line. We have the forcible entry door props. We put hours upon hours into training to do forcible entry the proper way. And then when we get out of the fire academy or we get into our groove, we find our style per se or our vibe on the fireground. This anti-safety culture, I guess, becomes a part of you in the sense when you're a younger firefighter, you haven't made enough mistakes yet. You haven't been in situations where you thought you were going to die. When I was a young firefighter, I never buckled my waist strap. I never wore my chin strap. I put my hood down because I thought that was the cool thing to do. And then, looking back over the years, the fire service that romanticized, that nonchalant, that casual way, dungarees, long coats, leather helmets, we always wanted to be those guys. I know I did. So I did everything in my power to portray them. But then very quickly, you start to realize that fires are a little different today. And we can market the anti-safety culture retrospect in the saying, fuck the NFPA, fuck the chiefs, fuck everyone, right? I get it. But eventually, this job will humble you. That's the beautiful thing about the fire service. It could be your 4th fire or your 400th fire. This job always has a way of coming back and humbling you. And when you're doing things the wrong way, if you accept the fact that this job will naturally upright the ship that may have tipped, it's okay. We can get better and we can learn. But I can't get past how we're putting so much effort into training, so much effort into conferences, so much effort into the social media platforms bringing you training daily. But then when we go to a fire, we're not wearing our chin strap. We're not wearing a hood. We're not wearing our mask the proper way. So listen, I'm not one of these safety nerds, I'll tell you right now, but I will tell you that I've been on plenty of fires where if I didn't wear my gear the proper way, I'd be dead today. And I've been many fires where I was not wearing my gear the right way, and I got very lucky. So just be hesitant when you're starting this journey of the fire service and getting caught up in what's cool and what's not cool. I'll tell you what's fucking cool, wearing your gear the proper way. I know a properly fitted leather helmet, they say you don't need a chin strap. And at one time, I can agree with that. But I think that fires are different today. They're hotter. And why are they hotter? Well, yes, petroleum-based products, they're burning a little bit differently than they did in the legacy time. Silk, wood, cotton, very different fires. Then the introduction of thermal pane windows changed the game, where now these windows are not venting on arrival. So we have high heat, really, really shitty conditions, lights out conditions in the fire building. So that asses and elbows mentality of a fire is almost every fire you go to, where it's just about a mosh pit inside with firemen on top of each other, trying to find the seat of the fire, trying to find the second means of egress, doing the search. So not wearing your chin strap in those moments, I think it's very, very dangerous, not only for you, but for the other companies. Firemen have died because they've lost their helmets. And it's not because that person lost their helmet and they burned to death. It's because the person who lost their helmet, and if you've ever lost your helmet in a fire, you'd understand that that's the only thing you're thinking about. Nothing else matters. Getting your helmet back on your head is the only thing you're focused on. Whether it be you're on the nozzle, you have the irons, you're on the roof, you're on the floor above, wherever you are, you lose that helmet, it's the only thing that you're thinking about. I made the effort about 10 years ago. Try wearing the chin strap the right way. And I'll be honest, for the first many years of my career, I didn't wear my chin strap. But looking back, I know there are so many times that I got so lucky I did not lose my helmet. And the times I did lose my helmet, I was holding it on with one hand, trying to do the one-hand fireman act. I know what I'm saying is not popular, but I do know when I did make that conscious effort to practice with my chin strap and use it, I gained confidence that I'd never had on the fire floor. It's just one thing you don't have to think about, something that's very, very important. I know one fire off the top of my head, and I'm not going to go into details on it, where A firefighter died because somebody lost their helmet, and there was a miscommunication when we said back the line out because that firefighter was burning his head. So they backed the line out thinking the officer saying back the line out, and ultimately it was because that young firefighter lost his helmet, was not prepared, ready to go. So this goes back to the whole humility thing I talk about where, if you're not ready, tell your officer you're not ready. Make sure your helmet's squared away. Make sure your chin strap's squared away. Make sure your hood's up and on properly. Humility is the forward progression of today's fire service. I say it all the time, and I will continue to say it. So focus on putting your gear on the right way. I promise you, wearing your gear the right way is the cool thing to do. And beyond that, we talk a lot about mental performance. And if you come to any one of my lectures, the first 45 minutes is about mental performance. It's about allowing yourself to accept the fact we have no control. And when in fact you accept that, you gain complete control of the situation. And this is during extreme discomfort, the fire floor and the floors above. I've said it many times. And again, if you come to any of my classes, you hear the beginning of my class leads with a humility-based moment, and then where we learn and develop this mindset transforming into skill set. But if you're not wearing your gear the proper way, I'm telling you, you can't have the mindset to transform to the skill set. You can't be thinking about, are you going to lose your helmet? You can't be thinking about that your ears are burning because you didn't put your hood up. You can't be thinking about your waist strap dangling, getting caught on a bike. Or if you're the down firefighter and the RIT team or the fast truck or another firefighter comes upon you and they go to convert your mask and they can't because it's not worn properly. These are all things that make you unprofessional. Again, I know this is not popular. I'm going to get beat up on this, and I really don't care because the ones that are going to beat me up, they've probably never been in a situation when they thought they were going to die in a fire. That's all I really got. I wanted to just jump on and talk about that. I think there's some value in it, and I think that we have to be careful moving forward with the next generation, molding them and showing them what the right thing to do is, because I know it's cool to have your chin strap either not on your helmet at all or up around the back of the helmet, not wearing your hood so you can feel the heat, all these things, right? I know that's the cool thing. I'm telling you right now, it's not cool. And beyond that, if you're in the engine company and you have that nozzle, you better fucking wear your chin strap. You better have your hood on because you're going to hell and back. And the only place you're going is the burn center if the brothers are above you or beyond you doing the search. All right, guys, I'm Mickey Farrell. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't beat me up too hard on this. Just take it with a grain of salt and understand that wearing your gear the right way is the cool thing to do.